watching KOIN 6 News at 5:30. Watching out for you.
I sometimes do refer to them as growing pains.
They're a key part of the plan to end the misery on Portland's streets, struggling themselves with how to meet an overwhelming demand. A Portland Street Response is designed as an alternative to sending people to people in crisis.
Yeah, our Dan Chilkin is here with how the fledgling program is trying to ramp up. But Dan, they're having to really cut themselves off from the need. I mean, they have to tell people we can't come out and help you.
There is a lot of hope riding on this new way of thinking, sending unarmed crisis workers to help people suffering mental and behavioral health problems. But it's hard to launch a new program in the middle of a crisis.
Our number one priority and goal is to ensure that somebody's safe in that moment and to address the acute need.
Robin Burke is the first and only program manager for Portland Street Response under the Portland Fire Bureau. She put the initial proposal together to City Council and is guiding it through rapid expansion with a current annual budget of $11.5 million.
I think what the growing pains, what you might refer to as growing pains, is just you have a lot of first-time responders. They've been in the mental health industry for a long time, but they've never been first responders before. So that learning curve of learning how to take calls on the radios and that sort of speak, that takes some time.
Portland Street Response began as a pilot program 18 months ago with a team of 4, including a paramedic, a licensed clinical social worker, and 2 community health workers who go into the field and work with people in crisis. The program has been in a hiring frenzy, reaching a staff of 34 now, with hope to be at 58 by the end of the year. Currently, Street Response has 4 staffed vehicles respond 7 days a week, with a goal of 6 vans citywide during peak call times. And the demand is strong. You can see how the number of calls exploded when the program went citywide at the end of March. In April, the number of calls jumped to more than 800. You'll see since then, the number of calls going through to Street Response has plummeted. That's not because there's less demand. It's because the program couldn't keep up.
What we're doing is we're limiting calls to 5 in a queue. So once we have 5, then we sort of take ourselves offline and we just address those 5 calls. And any calls that come in the meantime will go to police, fire, AMR, wherever they would have traditionally been triaged.
You can see the average wait time for a caller to Street Response is 51 minutes, but 90% of the time, it's much longer at nearly 2.5 hours.
It's not fair to the community to call and request our services and then sit in the queue for hours on end. I anticipate in the next few months that we'll be able to go back to normal and there won't be a queue where people have to stack up anymore.
The Street Response may be new to Portland, but it's not new to other cities like Eugene that's had a program in place for more than 30 years. The Crisis Assistance Helping Out on the Streets program, known as CAHOOTS. Portland's Street Response has consulted with CAHOOTS, even doing ride-alongs for guidance.
What's your protocol for calling the police?
Our protocol is if something turns violent, there's a weapon that's being brandished, then we have our radios handy and we're able to let dispatchers know what's happening.
There have been 3 cases where Street Response staff has called police, but none of their employees have been hurt. Most of the time, they respond to people with unmet basic needs like food and water, followed by mental health and drug or alcohol use. 66% of the people they have worked with are homeless, but that number could be higher as the status of another 27% is unknown.
I'm also really optimistic and happy to know that this is our final push in terms of really scaling up, and that in the next few months, this conversation is going to be completely different. It'll be like, oh, we can breathe now, and now we actually have everything that we need in place.
So Robin Burke stresses it's voluntary for people to accept help from Street Response. They have the option to decide where they go and what resources they'll take. And she reminded me it's not illegal to have a mental health crisis in public, and she thinks that sometimes people forget that.
Jenny and I were talking. CAHOOTS in Eugene has been around 30 years, and that's the criticism of Portland. Why did it take us so long? And we had a program in our own backyard in our own state.
And Portland police have been saying for so long, police departments across the country, we are not mental health professionals.
Yes.
We need somebody to help us. And why it's taken so long, we don't know.
Wow. Okay. Well, at least the ball is rolling.
Ball is rolling.
Yes. Thanks, Dan.
Good report, Jan.